I was always an open book. I was always an open book. Pages unfolded, words unhidden, a story resting in plain sight. Yet they flipped through chapters without understanding the language, glanced at the cover, and believed they knew the ending. They searched for secrets where none existed, while missing the truth written between every line. But something strange happened. Though they could not read me, their souls became naked to me. I saw the fears behind their confidence, the wounds beneath their anger, the loneliness hidden inside their laughter. Masks spoke loudly, but spirits spoke louder. I never needed to pray open doors. Their energy revealed what words concealed. Their eyes confessed what their mouths denied. I remained an open book, yet they remained mysteries only to themselves. For while they struggled to understand my pages, I was reading chapters they never knew were written upon their souls. They judged a book by its cover. That was the worst mistake they ever made. They looked at my silence and called it weakness. They looked at my kindness and called it naivety. They looked at my composure and assumed I lacked power. They looked at my composure and assumed I lacked power. What they failed to understand was that not every quiet person is empty. Not every gentle soul is defenseless. Not every calm spirit is unaware. Some people are silent because they are listening. Some people are kind because they have mastered restraint. Some people remain composed because they understand that reacting to everything is not a sign of strength, it is a sign of lack of control. While they were busy measuring me by appearances, they never stopped to consider what was happening beneath the surface. They mistook discernment for positivity, they mistook patience for surrender, they mistook wisdom for weakness. And because of that, they never saw what was coming. What they called silence was preparation. What they called weakness was discipline. What they called vulnerability was actually faith. I did not spend my time plotting against anyone. I did not spend my energy trying to prove myself to people determined to misunderstand me. Instead, I learned, I observed, I listened, I grew, and while they were focused on my exterior, they never understood the depth of the spirit within me. Because there is something powerful about a soul that guided by divine wisdom, not arrogance, not superiority, wisdom, wisdom. The ability to see beyond appearances, the ability to recognize intentions hidden behind words, the ability to discern what others overlook. Many people believe intelligence is simply knowing facts, but there is another kind of intelligence, the intelligence that teaches you when to speak and when to remain silent, the intelligence that reveals character without needing an explanation, the intelligence that helps you recognize truth even when it's disguised, the intelligence that cannot be taught by the world because it is cultivated through experience, humility, faith, and understanding. That was the part they underestimated. Not my voice, not my actions, my discernment. My discernment. Because discernment sees what performance cannot hide. It sees beyond titles, beyond status, beyond popularity, beyond the mask. It recognizes motives long before they become actions. And when people underestimate discernment, they often expose themselves without realizing it. So I never needed to fight every battle. I never needed to announce every revelation. Time has a way of revealing everything. Character reveals itself, intentions reveal themselves, truth reveals itself. Eventually, the very people who judged the cover found themselves standing before chapters they never expected. They realized the story they dismissed was far deeper than they imagined. And by then, the lesson had already been written. Never underestimate a soul that walks in humility. Never mistake kindness for weakness. Never confess silence with ignorance. And never assume you understand someone's capacity simple, simply because they choose not to display it. Because sometimes a quiet person in the room is carrying wisdom that noise cannot comprehend. Sometimes the gentlest spirit possesses the greatest strength, and sometimes the very person others overlook is the one prepared for a purpose they never saw coming.